chopped anime, 3D almighty chopped anime. We're back to chop up a live anime adaptation, Rurouni Kenshin, the film series, 1 through 3. Before we do that, please subscribe to our channel. We're a small YouTube channel. We're making our way up through the ranks. We enjoy a lot of anime. We enjoy all the support that we get from you guys. So, Rurouni Kenshin, 1 through 3, the film series, is a live adaptation of a manga series, Rurouni Kenshin, that follows a Japanese ex-assassin who now lives a life as a wandering swordsman who protects the life of Japan, who vows to never take the life of another person with his sword. He now uses a reverse blade. Those who aren't familiar with the anime and those who are familiar with the anime, these movies are absolutely incredible. They are, in my opinion, hands down, and it's not even close, the best live action adaptations of animes or mangas. I don't think it's close at all. Like, you need to watch these movies. And if you have watched these movies, I know you have the same opinion. If we start off with the first movie, it starts off, we get a nice little introduction of Rurouni in the beginning of, it's kind of the end of his life as an assassin. It starts off with the war, the big bad war that basically allowed him to live a life where he doesn't have to kill anymore. And then it transfers over to basically him transitioning into a life where he's just a wandering swordsman.
The other character that's introduced in that beginning is Hajime Saito. He's one of the leaders of the other side that Kenshin's on. And you find out just a little bit later that, that same guy is now part of the police force and he's a cop. So he's a key character later on in these movies too. By key, I mean complete badass in the later movies as well. So yeah, they open it up. They're following, for those that watch the anime or the manga, they basically just follow straight through, start introducing some of the key characters like Sano, Kaoru. They get to the dojo, all that stuff. I think it's done very well. They explain everything very well, and it's very close to the actual manga. So yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah, for sure. Movie 1, it was pretty good. I was interested, and then movie 2 and 3 were just absolute fire for me.
Yeah.
1 gave a good introduction to the Rurouni series, and then 2 and 3 just blew it away with the great plot, the sword fights. Like Jose said, best anime adaptation. Yeah, like Jose said, this is the best anime adaptation live action there is, by far. So like you said, this is definitely the one you want to give a shot, or this should be the first live anime action movie that you should recommend to somebody.
I knew I was watching a different type of anime adaptation or live action. It took a while with the first movie. I was entertained, I was enjoying it, but it wasn't until that fight at the end, they really kicked it up towards the end of the first movie. Like, it got serious real quick. This fight behind me was when I was like, okay, this is different. Gain versus Rurouni. They were going at it with the sword play. It was nuts. This man had like a double. He sports see that? He's like, he has 2 knives, but he was like it was like they was all over the place. I said, oh, like this is quality. This came out in 2012. This is the same from the first movie. And I was like, oh, this came out in 2012, and they're doing stuff like this. And I started wondering, how did this fly under the radar? How did we go almost 10 years without ever hearing about this movie? Shame on you, anime community. Shame on you. The thing I'm wondering is, it's not like Rurouni Kenshin isn't a popular anime. It's a very fairly popular anime. I don't know how the live action movies are actually good and no one, well, people talk about them, sure, but no one knew about them. I'm looking it up. They don't get that much buzz. They have a nice, nice close-knit community, but come on. If you YouTube this fight, Rurouni Kenshin versus Game, don't even watch the movie. Just watch this. You will watch the movies after that. You be like, okay, I gotta watch this. I will have to watch this. What was the turning point for you, Mayor, when you knew this was a good live action movie series?
It was probably that fight, honestly. That's when I really knew, when you got to see all the action and stuff. So, I was confident then. What about you, Moya?
Yeah, towards the end of that first movie, but the second movie was what sold it for me, man.
True. They did kick it up with the fighting.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, the second movie was my favorite movie until the one that just came out. In my opinion, the second movie was like, that was my favorite movie until the last one that just came out on Netflix. You guys should go watch that, by the way. Inferno, let's get into it. Kyoto Inferno. The beginning, it starts off with my boy Sojiro.
Bunny Boy,
we get introduced to Bunny Boy. He takes out a whole police force by himself. And I'm like, who the heck is this guy?
Like, he just hopping on the train tracks and like, all right, cool.
What is happening? Then you start to realize, they say, okay, there's a guy out here that's just as bad as Kenshin. And he's Bato-Sai's successor, right? That's what you call it? Successor or predecessor?
Yeah. Yep.
Successor? He's Bato-Sai's successor. He was trained up to be that successor. Right? And you're like, okay, I'm interested. Somebody just as bad as Kenshin, but he actually still kills people. Then you realize the government set this man up to kill him. Then you realize this dude survived the assassination. He survived 1,000 cuts, 1,000 bleeds, and what's it called?
Lit on fire.
They put him on fire and he survived. So this man needs to die. He needs to. Anybody that survives that is a demon. I don't care what anybody say. So when I see this, I say, okay, Kenshin probably shouldn't fight this man because he's a demon. But this movie has action that is worth watching. Like Kyoto Inferno was lit. Bunny Boy has great fights. I don't have to stop calling Bunny Boy. Sojiro has great fights. You get introduced to the 10 swordsmen. That's called 10 swords or 10 swords?
Yeah, 10 swords.
Kenshin fight with what's the guy name?
A sword hunter.
He kept
sword hunter, right?
What's his name?
I forgot his name, but he's the sword hunter.
Yeah, he's the sword hunter.
Sword. That was when he almost like killed him.
He tried to catch a body. Kenshin, I said, okay. Kenshin said, I don't care what sword I got right now. Luckily, he had the reverse blade, another reverse blade. But I was like, man, this movie is incredible. You realize when you get into the second one, you realize Kenshin isn't trying to start trouble. Trouble finds him.
Yeah, pretty much.
People hate this guy. Like he can't escape his past.
It's his past, man. It's catching up to him.
Yeah. When you catch that many bodies, it's only
he did kill Heckham. But that's the thing, though. In the first movie, it was just some dude that was like, he just wanted to fight him. He just like took on his name and stuff. Yeah. In this movie, it was just these people really had nothing to do with his bodies that he caught, right? They just wanted to beat him. So
you're right. Actually, I didn't think about that.
It's not until like later, yeah.
Yeah, the government just turned him. He said, "We need your help again." You got this guy don't play. I mean, Shishio don't play. Like, this dude was. He wasn't above Saito, but he's definitely top 3 characters for me. Him, Kenshin, and Saito, or just all around badasses. They just didn't care. They were just all honey badgers. But that third movie, I guess we should talk about what was your favorite fight?
Did Aoshi fight in the second? Aoshi fought in the second.
We get introduced to Aoshi in the second one. Aoshi fights the old guy.
Yeah. Oh, in the second movie, that was a good fight. That was a really good fight. That was a legit fight.
Yeah, that's when that's why I like that movie, because it was like intense without their main characters.
Yeah.
The side characters made the movie even better. I was like, oh, this is crazy. They had their own little subplot going on.
Yeah.
And Aoshi versus I don't even know that guy's name. Old man.
Leader of
that was intense.
Yeah. And that was a really good fight. I almost forgot about that one. Dang. So yeah, so the end of that second movie then, or what, Moy, what was your favorite fight?
End of the third, man, when they all fought on the boat. Right?
True.
Out of the three
You're
movies, you know, like
I was talking about the other movie, but you're right. If we're bringing in that third movie, that's definitely top tier. That is the best fight.
yeah, between 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you know, you guys can check out our video on the final, which is the fourth installment. You know, there's a really good fight in there too. But out of all those movies, I still like the ending of the third movie. That fight. Hey, who knows? Maybe beginning will surprise me. Maybe, you know, when Kenshin actually killing. That might be the best fight there is. He might have killed some strong people back in his day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Shishio fight, 4v1, it didn't matter. This guy's a demon.
The third movie, there was actually a good bit of fights. Like there was that Aoshi fight. Who was it? Like they fought the bunny boy again.
Yeah.
Sojiro. And they also with his master. We saw some fighting with that too. Seijiro Hiko. Those fight scenes were actually pretty nice too, even though it wasn't like that serious of a fight.
Yeah. The Kenshin versus Aoshi fight actually was kind of underrated.
Yeah,
like in the forest, because he hit him with the double back and blocked both of them. So I said, dude, Aoshi wasn't no slouch.
He was.
Well, when Kenshin got a little serious, that's when Kenshin definitely showed there was levels to this every time he fought somebody. Except for Shishio. Shishio was on another level. Shishio, in my opinion, Shishio was probably better than Kenshin. Even after he went to his master, he still, I'm just saying, hot take here, Shishio is the best swordsman of all time. I'm sorry, Kenshin.
Well, you're forgetting about this guy.
Oh,
yeah, because he showed Kenshin there was levels to this too.
Yeah.
He was beating Kenshin up. Oh my gosh.
I do agree. Shishio is strong because Shishio was also in his weak form. He wasn't at his like. He had a time limit, right? Yeah. He was injured, so I don't think Kenshin's reverse blade made up for any of that. So.
The one thing I didn't get though, why did the time limit thing? What was that about? I didn't get did he just was he a demon or was he a human? Was
he was a human. His body was just so messed up that if he exerted himself, he's not able to sweat, I think.
Right.
If he exerts himself so much, his body's not able to cool down.
Yeah.
It was a stretch that he just like burned at the end. I can't remember in the anime if he like lit himself on fire or whatever. I don't know. But I do know that this is something that you guys didn't notice. So he did the fire. He wasn't just like bringing that like flames of hell or something like that. He actually had like some sort of oil or something that he was using to like light his sword. That's how he was doing the fire. They clearly explained that in the anime, but they just didn't in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie, all you see is him just randomly. Yeah, I'm like, why is he summoning fire? I said, okay, I guess everything can't be realistic here. So but but Amoy, you mentioned something before the video.
Oh, that's so funny because we were like, oh, we're gonna talk about this, but
you can't remember.
What's that?
We wish that the 10 swords got a little bit of time.
10 swords. Yeah, that's what it was.
So in the anime, they did like in the anime, like you saw clear fights. Like so we actually saw Sano's fight with one of the 10 swords, and that was an actual fight. Saito's fight with one of the 10 swords was just a quick. He just stabbed him and that was done. But in the anime, it wasn't really like that. There was a few other 10 swords. So in the anime, there was a giant, like literally a giant as one of the 10 swords. And I think so Kenshin, he told his masters, like, while we're going to go beat up Shishio and them, can you just watch over the dojo? And this guy was like, yeah, maybe we'll see. And so he goes over there and he beats like 3 of the 10 swords, just like playing around. So
yeah, I wish they would have showed more of the 10 sword. Because the thing about that name, 10 sword, you're thinking like, oh, these is like 10 crazy assassins. In the movie, you really didn't get that feel at all. Like at all. One guy was just some raging, I don't know what he like, a Asian Cat Williams. He looked crazy. I don't know what that was about.
Asian Cat Williams.
But the one dude was cool, the sword collector. But outside of him, you really didn't get any excitement from the 10 sword.
The bunny Sojiro was a 10 sword.
Oh, Sojiro. Yeah. Outside of the sword collector, and Sojiro lived up to his name.
Yeah,
he was hands down. He was fire.
Yeah,
but everyone else kind of, I guess if we're being fair to the movie makers, it's only so much you can do in such a short amount of time.
Definitely.
And they did make 2-hour and 15-minute movies, so they did what they could. So can't complain about that.
That's true. I just feel like you can't be like, oh, we got to summon the 10 swords and then not give all 10 of the swordsmen some play, right? Like, I mean, we got a few details from some of the swordsmen, but most of them just died.
They could have just left that part out, like not mention the 10 swords, and could they maybe say something like, summon my best men or something like that.
Yeah,
that might have been a little better there.
We're just being nitpicky. Right? At this point, this is a good movie. He's all 3 of them. No major complaints. We got to nitpick through stuff.
That's how good the movies are, because you got to nitpick to find something you don't like about them. Because I mean, but if we're being fair, they did say, like, he said call the 10 swords, and he was like, oh, is it time? Like, he was like, yeah. Like, I was like, okay, is it time for what we get into? But nothing really was. We didn't get into anything really. So, but like you said, fight scenes masterful. That fight on the boat against Aoshi, Sano, Saito, Kenshin, and Shishio. I want you guys to understand this. Those who aren't fans or familiar with how difficult it is to actually choreograph a fight like that, because they're showing wide shots of everything these guys are doing. So these guys have to literally, they can't just change the camera angle to make up for mistakes. They have to hit on every note, and the timing has to be right. It was impressive. The whole time I'm just blown away watching that fight. Like, yo, how is this possible right now? I was blown away watching that fight. I said, this shame on you, anime community. I'm trying to, like, for us to shame. Like, it don't make sense that something like this could exist and we don't even know. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. But so between the 3 movies, which one was your favorite? You say your favorite fight scene was in the 3rd one. Was your favorite movie the 3rd one as well? Or was your...
I thought the 3rd one was my favorite.
Yeah.
There's a lot that went on in the 3rd one. And it was
I feel like 3rd one was... Yeah, 3rd one was definitely a lot going on, and it was the climax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the fight, the ending fight, it just like,
I know that is kind of
that was just that, and that was kind of cheesy.
I don't know why, but I just like I like Inferno a little more than the 3rd one. I don't know. Okay. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just feel like Inferno. I don't know. Inferno, I really like a little more than the 3rd one. All of these movies, in my opinion, are A- to A+. In my all of them are in the A range. I don't think none of them are B grade movies.
Not at all.
If I had to be fair, first one A-, second one A, 3rd one A, and in my opinion, the 4th one's an A+. In my opinion, I just like that. I like the 4th one so much, but in my opinion, the 4th one's A+. But but all of them are in the A range. Like, these are beautiful movies, wonderful. So,
yeah, I just want to say shout out to all the people in the comments that put us on this. You know, because like we were trying to figure out where to watch these for the longest, and somebody's like, "Oh, Amazon Prime Video," and it was easy as just renting it and watching it. So, what, $4? Not bad. Get a couple friends together who like anime, who like good action movies.
Just like good action movies, yeah.
Right. Like you don't even have to like anime. So definitely check these Rurouni Kenshin movie series out for sure.
So that is our review on Rurouni Kenshin 1 through 3, the live adaptations of the manga series. We highly encourage, if you haven't seen them, please go see them. They are wonderful. And we really, really do want to extend a big shout out to all those people in the comment section of our trailer reactions that told us about these movies. We did not know what we were getting ourselves into, and we are extremely thankful that we were able to be exposed to these movies. Again, thank you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the support, guys. Chop Anime. We didn't